is like
it's grievance culture.
It's grievance culture, but it's also like
it's like here's a thing to be upset about now.
Yes, and you always hear like people on the right constantly like misquoting 1985 and shit like that. 1983. Sorry, I'm saying 1985 now because Jander made a dumb joke about Taylor Swift.
It's 1984.
And he called it 1989.
Whatever.
And
I'm
now
wrong
I
too,
can't get the right name for this fucking
Taylor
George
Swift is
Orwell book.
1989.
Yeah,
Yes.
shake it off.
So 1983. Jesus fucking
Taylor
Christ.
Swift
Fuck
wrote
you.
the dystopian sci-fi novel 1989.
Oh my
Look
God.
it up.
Correct.
All right.
Look it up.
Anyways.
You don't believe
so
me?
anyways.
George Orwell wrote "Shake It Off," and I've never wanted to bang.
That irritated the shit out of me. But anyways, they're always talking about, people on the right are always talking about 1984. Jesus fucking Christ. They're always talking about 1984, and they're always like misapplying it to suit their MAGA-fueled wet dreams.
I don't think I've read it. Oh, I haven't read it this decade for sure. I haven't read it in over 20
They're
years.
constantly talking about, like, because the way that they're misapplying it is that they're applying it to cancel culture and the idea of, watching what people say and punishing people for what they say and think.
Except no one that has ever been canceled, besides people that were outright criminals, have actually ever been canceled. They're still talking publicly about being canceled.
Yeah.
In a public forum and making money.
Yeah, and doing better than most. So
I don't know about better than most. I mean, it's all relative. It depends on who you are. You know?
It depends on who you are, but I think that some people that
like Rob Schneider, I don't think is doing great. You know?
No, I'm talking about.
He wasn't canceled.
Right.
Yeah, that's the illegal shit.
He was just, people were just sick of his
Yeah,
shit.
his daughter was just like, ew.
No, I'm talking about.
I don't want to see the
But
animal
I mean,
too.
Rob Schneider like plays the same clubs that we do, you know, like
Right.
Yeah.
like he's not doing great,
No.
but he's also not canceled.
Yeah, he's not canceled.
Last time I was at Winter Circle in Lakeland, I looked up at the sign and it was like, next month, Carlos Mencia. And I was like, I don't know whose career is going worse right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Carlos Mencia is probably the only comedian to actually get canceled.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
And that's because he stole jokes, so nobody has any sympathy for that.
Yeah, it's your audience turned on you because of your behavior is what canceling
Right,
is naturally, not what the internet was trying
And like
to
all the
make it.
comics that he stole jokes from are doing way better than he is.
And
Sure.
they refuse.
So that's a real canceling.
Yeah, that's a real canceling. And I think it's less about the audience. Honestly, I think most audiences that are outside of the comedy world do not give a fuck about what Mencia did.